Okay, hello and welcome to another stream, and I forgot to move the mic. Give me a second. It's fine, I realised my mic was quite far away from me, which was not going to be helpful. Right, let me make sure everything is working. Yep, right, okay, so we should all be working. Okay, right. So, we are back streaming Lego Fortnite, and I've got myself lost. Where am I? Right, okay, my house over here. Good afternoon, Lakia Gaming. Welcome to the stream. So, what we're going to do today is we need to organise my village, because currently we have buildings all over the place. And the best we have is this. This is the most organised we've got. So, we're going to do some organising of my village today. That is the plan. I'm just going to go and hide in my house for a second, because I don't want to get shot by skeletons. Hello, Fluky Gamer. So, the plan is going to be to make some homes for the different villagers and have it so it's more organised and usable as a space. How are you both doing today? I'm multitasking as so washing while doing ironing. That is okay. Lakia Gaming, I am okay today. Me not go and jump in the water. How are you doing, Lakia Gaming? So what I need to do is how full. Oh, my inventory's very full. I need to empty my pockets first. So let's go over here and just put our stuff away. What have I done? Right. It's fine. I'm not playing on my usual device today, so my controls are slightly different today. Right. That's my relic. What's in that chest? Oh, that's all my spare tools. Okay. Right, so can stick that in there. And then I believe I can just stick that in there. Stick that in there. And we can leave all that like that. Right, so the plan is going to be to get some organising. What device are you using? Is this the new Switch 2? Yes, it is the Lakia Gaming. I am using the Switch 2 today. So the controls are slightly different. But it's quite nice to use a different console. So what I need to do is, I don't believe I can move these, so I need to destroy them and then place them down again afterwards. Is that going to be the excuse for any death then, lol. Definitely. Now, hopefully, I won't die because all I'm doing is doing some nice organising and building. So, hopefully, we will be okay and we won't die a pitiful death again. Oops. Right, let me deal with that. So, we'll start by destroying this building and then we're going to build stuff ourselves because it should make it easier to have a full building. I'll try and watch your stream later, Fluky Gamer, as you play Ark Survival Ascended at 5:30. Should be a good watch. Right, so let's get a wood foundation and do that. If we go here and then we can hopefully we will be able to put these in here. I'll drop in if I can, but no promises today. Okay. Right, okay. So we have a foundation there. Just trying to make it a full foundation. So we can hopefully. Right, okay, so trying to not make it floating is the idea. So, oops. However, that's not a clever idea. There we go, right. No, I don't want to destroy that. So, let me remember what buttons I'm pressing. So, what I want to do is keep that going down like so, just so that we're not floating. And then we're going to have to put the entrance up here. So let's go round the outside. And this is where I'm going to do a lot of my crafting. Have I got a 16 by 16 bigger? Yeah. Right, so my idea is that I can, oops, hopefully put that there and then stick the normal foundation on top there and then build it up here. There we go. So let's see if we can place this in here. If I can find the snap point, which is apparently easier said than done. Right, there we go. So we have a fairly good sized building there. So this is where we're going to have our crafting stuff quite close to the village centre, because I think that works quite well. So I want to see what walls we have, because I don't really want to use the shack wall. So we have the shack stuff, we have the kind of log cabin stuff, or we do have the domicile wall, which could look quite nice because it does look quite cool. So have we got a door or wall frame? Because that is obviously an important part. Because we have brick doors. However, the generic interior door might work. Let's try this out. So if I get the domicile wall, and then if we go down to the doors again, and we go with a generic interior door, aside from it being a little bit shorter, that might work. Let's have a look. I mean, it's obviously the wrong place, but I'm not sure I like that actually. So if I do that, right, okay, let's go back into the menus then. Because what we could do, what have we got? So I might just make it out of brick, because at least with the brick I have everything we need, I think. So I imagine, yeah, we have brick windows. So we'll start by getting this door. We said about putting the door here. I'm actually going to stick the door this way. So how's that look? So that should be fine. Opens outwards and we can go in. So that works. So then let's go up and put a brick window in here. I've just put that in the wrong place. Give me a second. And that's awkward, is the brick window seems to be a different height to that one. 2 by 16 by 12. Oh no, it should be the right size. Okay. I'm just hoping I can pull it in here. So why is that seeming a bit taller? Because they're on the same foundation. They should be the same height, but never mind. Should be okay. Because we can always find a way around it. So let's get the brick walls. So that's gonna overhang slightly. So we don't. Oops. So that's overhanging. So I don't want to do that. So let's destroy that wall and get a smaller wall, like so. And then that's going to be too long, so let's go with the shorter wall again. And then what we can do is get the pillar and put it in there. So we have at least got the first wall in place for our storage building. So let's go and do this. Let me see if I can. Why is it saying there's an object in the way? There's no object there. Okay, well it seems to work there. It's just, I think I might have placed the door wrong. So we could do that but I believe I'm actually going to need to change that because, yeah, it's not going to have the outside texture for the brick on the corner. So let's go in here. We could do that, and then if we do that, so that's going to be too long. So we'll go with the shorter wall again and do that. And then we can grab our brick wall. And we could just put 2 of those in. Like, oh, hang on. That's not what we wanted. Ah. Let me see if I've got a brick support or anything. I don't. Okay. Oops. Purely because that's not quite worked as I'd intended. So let me go through and see what we have. So these are half walls, which I don't want. Though, how does that... Okay, yeah, it's just half size wall. So, do we have... So we don't have any brick supports or anything, which is annoying. So what we'll do, oops, is not that. Because that's obviously looking a bit strange on the outside. So, need to figure something out to make that look somewhat decent. So, tell you what we'll do. We'll see if we can put... No, we can't. Okay. Because that goes to the same height. Okay, so I don't know what we're going to do. So, what do we put in? How does that look? If we were to just stick that on the edge. I mean, it kind of works because it goes with the foundation, so we could do that. Oops. So if we jump up here, we need to take these corner pieces out. If I can remember the controls. Okay, so let's go into here. So if we start by finding the brick wall again. And if we could do that like that. And then we can put in the other corner post that I found. If I can find it again. No, it's not the moorish one, it's the umber wall, that's the one. There we go. Right, so let me grab the wall again. If I can find my brick wall. I know, so we know we can't put that in, so we need to go with a small one. Like that. And go with the even smaller one. And then go with the umber wall to go in the corner. Okay, there we go. Oops. And then what we need to do is grab the brick wall again. And we just need to get these to connect up. That's all we need to do, is get these connecting up. And then we will be all good. Okay, so we've at least got one building with the 4 walls in a sensible place. Though given the design of the building, I might actually have this as someone's house. I think that might be better, just because it's a brick building. However, right, what I want to do is I want to go back to the doors, because that door's just not... Oh, that's because I didn't do the brick door. Okay. That's what I get for not doing what I was meant to do. So, let's place the brick door inside. Right. Let's see. Okay, so that's not going to fit. Because it looks like... So that's 2 by 16 by 12. The one I was using was 2 by 16 by 12. So it should fit. Okay, it's a slight issue on that. So if we stick the door like that, how's that going to look? I mean, it doesn't look bad. I think that works. So that should work. So what we'll do, we got the ability to do a light in here. Oh, that's a nice street lamp. Is the Ryumura street light? It's quite a nice lamp for outside. However, I just want a little simple light. There you go. A simple standing lamp can go in here, just by the door, so we can have some form of light. And then if we go up onto here, because we're going to need to place in a floor. I might go with the... But what floors have we got? So we have a cedar floor, a generic plank floor, a generic tile, a rustic floor, a slate floor. We've got a courtyard, a monastery, wood thin, shack thin. Okay, so let's see if we could just go with the generic. Should we go with the cedar floor? Because we've got an 8x8. Have we got a bigger one than that? Wide. So a 16 by 16 by 1. That works. Though, does it work that it going on top? It could go there. Which is that hanging on at all? I don't... Okay, so it's just on the little slits on there. So that's fine. So if we place that there, and then we can't place another large one in, because otherwise it'll go over, I think. We have a look. So yeah, that would go over. Okay, so let's go back to the medium floors and we'll go with the 8x8, because I think it's probably best to do it as big as we can, and then just fill in the sides. Oops, what have I done? Oh, I see what I've done. Let me just destroy that. There we go. Is it a cedar floor I'm going with? I think so. Okay, so there we go. We could do this like that. And then if we were to place this in here. Oops. Okay, so yeah, that works. So we could place these floors in just like that. Oops. And then once we've done this, we'll have a ceiling. And then what I might do is stick a quick second floor, or do we just do the roof? Right, oh, I need to just clean up the floor, don't I? So if we just place that in there, and then we'll do that, because then we at least have a building which works well. So, oops, forgot how to jump. So, we have a building, it's safe, we've got a ceiling on it. However, I'm thinking, if we were to add another floor, we could just stick some simple stairs in. I'm probably thinking we'd use those. So if we see, so they're 8 across, I think. So let's go and grab my pickaxe, and we can take some of these out just to make the stairs go in. Oops. I need to not take out the wall that I've hit a couple of times now. So let's then have a look if we can put some stairs in. So if we do that, and we just need to go to the floors, and I'm probably gonna say, let's just go with the medium. We'll start with looking medium floors, because we can see if we can make those fit. So let's, hang on. There. And then there. Right, okay, so our floor's working. Let me just get the last of the flooring in. There we go. So we have stairs going up to the next floor. So let's see now if we can make a second floor work, because it's been a while since I've tried to do a second floor in this game. However, the floor there is going to get in the way, I think. So what I'll do is I'll place the walls in, and then we'll see what we do about the floor. Because to be honest, I think the walls will make a ceiling anyway, so might be okay. Let me see. So we go and snap that onto that, right? And then we could go back up here just to get the same corner piece we've been using all the way around. So we just put that there. Ah, there's a small gap in the wall. I now realise there's a gap in the wall. I might just see if I can hide that gap. We'll have to do something clever there to hide the gap. Oops, what have I done? I've clicked the wrong wall. Okay, so let's put that there. That can't go there. Okay. Oh, falling down the stairs. And I believe that's in the right place. Okay, so let's go back into here so I can get the smaller wall. There we go. And then I think we're just going to have to put the very small wall in there. And same in there. So let's get that same small wall. And then we can place that in there. And then we could do the same on this corner. Like that. And then we just need to put the corner pieces in, and then we can try and do a roof. And then what we'll do is we will furnish the house, I think, to make it actually work as a home for one of the villagers. So that is the plan. So what we'll do is, right, where's the roof points? And what roof do I actually have? I might just stick a pleasant roof on. Let's see how this one would work. So if we place that there, is that overhang? That's overhanging massively. Okay. Oh, I've just fallen. Okay, right. We'll go back inside as we've just fallen off the side of the building. Close the door. And let's just destroy the roof that we just placed down. Because I think what might be easier is if we put in the gable first. Just so that it works as it should. And let me just make sure they're both in the right place. Oh, hang on. There's a reason that I have to write into. So I need the gable right. And I believe it should go in like that. Though, where's the interior wall on them? Ah. Okay, I've got them the wrong way around. Okay. It's fine. So what we need to do is I need to take those out because I've put them the wrong way around. So let me... So the gable right needs to go in here. Which means the gable left needs to go there. And then, do they link up? I think so. So then, if we go into the roofs, and we should just be able to now place pleasant roofs across. That's going to be too long, so we can only do, I think it's 2 like that, and then we need to go to a smaller roof. However, I'm going to put the gable in place. Okay, so it's that one needs to go there. I'm assuming I'm placing these in the right place, but I have very little way of telling until I've placed the roof in. And let's go back to the roofs, because what we want to do is... Okay, I placed the gables in slightly the wrong place on this side. But that's fine. Because if I place that there, I at least now know the size of the thing, and then it'll be easier to place the gables in the right place now. Assuming I don't just jump off the side of the building. Right, so let's go onto the gable. Oops. And I've jumped off again. Okay, so we will remove the gables that we did there, and then if we place the gable in snapping with that, and then swap to this one. Do you get unlimited bricks for building, or do you have to go out and collect them? We have to go out and collect the resources, and then we can just build as much as we have. So if you see where I've got the gable showing in at the side, it says 229 out of 2. So I've got 229 of the granite, and I'm only using 2 at a time, so it lasts quite a while. Because I went and collected loads of resource so that I have the ability to build. So yeah, we have quite a lot of resource. We really don't need to just keep going out for more. Let me find my half walls, because I think that's what I need. Okay. Yeah, so if we snap that into there, and then have I got a really small half wall? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So this is actually shaping up to be almost perfectly done for a house. I think this is going to look really good once I've finished. And then I need to go back to the roofs. Right, how big, because we've got the ridges as well, and they're quite small. Okay, so I need to probably, okay, so I'm gonna have to do another gable, I think. However, they're gonna be too long, I think. Yeah, they're gonna be too big, so Let me see if I can figure out how to solve this. So this is the issue when you're not following the kind of blueprints, is sometimes you can kind of mess your roofs up slightly. But what we can do, seeing as we've kind of slightly messed this up, if we just go to floors, we'll go to the wide floors, and if we just put like a generic tile in, maybe not that big because I think that's huge. So we'll go 12 by 12. Hopefully we can put it just on the top here. Is that the right place? Yeah. So if we just do this on top, and we'll ignore the fact of the roof going a little bit wrong. So let's that uses frost pine. Okay, we will sort that another time because frost pine is quite far away. And I don't actually know where to get frost pine. Okay, so you get the frost pines in the cold areas, which if I go to my map, so I've not really discovered much of my map. However, somewhere around here you would expect you normally have all the biomes. A cold forest. Yeah. So there's a cold forest somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, so what we'll do is we will go out and we'll see if we can find one quickly. That needs 25 granites and 20 marble stacks. So we might do that at the end if I've got a building for our work areas. Okay, so we'll go out exploring. Let me see. So we want to go kind of that way. We'll see if we can find a cold biome somewhere. Because I've got an axe. I'm told we don't freeze to death anymore, so we should be okay. So we'll see what happens. See if we can manage to survive it. So, oops, I've just clicked over. Right. So yeah, we'll just go across here. See if we can find somewhere to get frost pine. And then hopefully we can finish the building off. So, we'll just kind of head in this direction till we find one. And hopefully we'll find one without too much issue. And then eventually we'll build a base in there anyway, because you could build a village in all the biomes to get all of the different blueprints. I'm just going to leave the skeletons chasing after me because they're not doing me any harm at the minute, so it's fine. So we'll just keep on going and hopefully we'll find something at some point. Right, so we'll go along here. And hopefully we will actually manage to find one. Oh, that looks cool. That looks cool, but it's a wolf, so it's probably going to cause me a bit of hassle, so... Ouch. Okay, there we go, so... We'll continue going in this way, this direction, and hopefully we will find something. And that looks, over there, that looks like where we need to be. Once again, just leaving the skeletons chasing me because I seem to be able to run quicker than them anyway. And then we'll see if we can manage to sort it and get what we need. So yeah, we're in the Frostlands. Now, when the game originally released, you used to freeze if you went in here. However, they seem to have got rid of that. So, hopefully... Yes, that gets us frostbite. Okay. Oops. There we go. Right. So, we'll take out all the skeletons that are in the way. And then we will destroy these trees... and get a bunch of frostpine. And we will just kill the skeletons. There we go. Okay, so we can go and take out this log. And then we should be able to finish that ceiling. And then maybe we should probably not use too much of the generic tile floor since it's using frostpine, which is quite away from where I live. But we'll just head down here. And we can get a bunch of frostpine. Ouch. I hate those things. Right, let's see if I can kill this. They are really easy to kill. They're really easy to kill with having the Spinjitzu. And we've got the cool headed charm, which I believe will be useful for when we go into the caves in the Frostlands. Because I believe you still freeze and get hot when you're in caves in different biomes. So we'll take down one last tree and then we should have enough frostpine. So let's head home. So it's about 800 meters, so it shouldn't take us too long. So we will just head on over and then we will finish the design. So it's only 600 meters, so it shouldn't take too long. And then after this, we will make the workstation area, so we can actually get the slabs since we destroyed everything. Actually, no, we might still have the stonebreaker. Actually, I might have left the stonebreaker. Let's make sure we don't veer off course. So we're just going to the house symbol because I believe that's where we live. I'm just going to remove this log because it's not going to hurt to get more wood. Because wood is definitely used a lot in the creation of the builds. So we're only about 500 meters away now, so we're getting there. And then, yeah, we need to always furnish the house as well so we can have one of our villagers move into that home. And then, yeah, the idea is going to be that we can have a bunch of homes and a bunch of buildings for our for the different villagers. So we can have different villagers come and stay. So it's definitely going to be nice if they can all have a home for themselves. So how far are we? So about 300 meters off now, which is very good. Thankfully it doesn't take too long to go the long distances between some of the biomes. Oops. So we'll continue going this way about 200 meters and then we will be back home. And we should be just about able to see it shortly, I think. Though we are quite low down because we're next to the river, so it might take a little while for us to be able to actually see our home. But it's just over here, I think. Yeah, you can begin to see some of the buildings. Because I believe that might actually be one of my buildings, I think. Yeah, because I think in here, have I still got the stonebreaker in here? I do. Okay, so I think I needed 25 of these. So we will make 25 granite slabs in there. I take it your order, keep making you laugh. Sounds like you still chuckling at you on mute mic. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm streaming in the lounge and we keep laughing, so. Though, when I was recording a video last night, it was definitely going from bad to worse on the laughing. I could not keep myself actually not laughing for long enough. So, had to edit as much as I could out of me just laughing. Right, there we go. So, we have now got the building done for as much as we can. It does look a bit weird, but there's not much I can do because the size of the building's bad. I didn't think the size of the building through, so oops. But let's go in here. Then what furnishings do we have? So we obviously have the beds. So we'll give this person a charming bed. So let's place a charming bed in here, and we'll give Meowsicles the bed. There you go. So this is gonna be Meowsicles' house, and then do we have? So we do have plumbing and that, which we could use. So we could actually make a bathroom in here. So if we just find the walls, I'm just going to go with a plain white wall because it's probably the best option I've got. Actually, let's place a railing first, just so that we know what space we have. Because obviously the railing's going to be very important to have. Let me get a smaller one. So that's going to be a bit long, I think. A bit short, sorry. So let's. Oops, come on. Right, there we go. So we can place that there. Is that overhanging slightly? Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. So, we then at least know where it needs to be. So then if we... So it's going to go there. And then let's get the short one again. And there we go. So we have that safe there. And then let's... Because now we at least know kind of how much space we have. So if we place a wall across here. And this can be a bedroom. There we go. I have just thought I've messed this up slightly. Because I should have actually... Actually, no, I can make this better. Because... Oops. I want my pickaxe. I can make it work. If I remove the railing there. We'll remove that. Oops. Don't destroy the floor. Don't destroy the floor. And then temporarily, I'll build this all the way across and then I'll sort it. And we have leveled up to level 48. And level 49 as well. That's very good. Let me see. Oh, we're level 50. Yeah, we're level 50 as well. So why can I not... Oh, it's because of that. Okay. Is that different? Yeah. I've placed something in the wrong place. Ah. That's not very useful. So let's place some... So remove some of those. And we will hopefully... why can I not... Oh, there we go. And then I'm just going to actually stick that there. Right, because if I then just remove that, and we'll see how small we can get a door. We'll see what the smallest door is that we can get. And then hopefully we'll be able to make the upstairs work. Oops. So let's place some railings in like that. So we've got some railings there. So we can at least see what space we have now. And then to be honest, I might leave this open and not put a door in, just because I think if I put a wall in, I'm not going to have much space to do a bathroom. I mean, it would depend on where or how big or small the bathroom ends up being. And just to keep the room enclosed, I'm just gonna make an extra wall. Oh, still can't. Okay, so we can't place it at the edge for some reason. That's annoying. Can I place anything there? Oh yeah, I can place it there, right. So there we go. Did you put one the opposite way round? No, I think it's messed up because the roof, I messed up slightly. And I didn't realise till now that that roof's slightly inward. And so... it messed up. Oh, hang on. Ah, that railing's the wrong way around. Right. Oops. Come on. Is that right now? Oh, you meant the rails. Yeah. I didn't realise I had to put a railing the wrong way around, but I fixed it now. It is all the way that it is meant to be. So then we'll go down and get the white wall again. Unfortunately, the white wall is very small, so it's taking a lot more resource than it maybe needs to. And then we might be able to we could put a door on this one because we have a bit more space here. So we could just go with a general interior door. And do that. And then just go back up to the white wall. And hopefully... There we go. So we have a bathroom in there. Yeah, we don't have room to put a door in here, so this is just going to be open, but that's fine. And then, if we go back to furnishings, I have enough to put a bathtub in. However, the toilet... However, the toilet needs a marble slab, and the sink needs 2 marble slabs and a copper bar. So we will have to see if we can do that at some point. Because I don't know where you make copper bars. Might be in the gem cutter? I don't know. Let's see if we go up here. Because we've got... It won't be the potions cauldron. They've got a ninja workbench and just that. So if we take those... select recipe. Because we need marble slabs, so... And we need a 20 for the level up. But I want 3, I think, for my bathroom. And then let's see if we can figure out how we make copper bars. It might just be at a crafting station. Maybe. So it won't be at the lumber. It might be at the crafting bench. So what's the legendary forge for? Upgrade epic items legendary. Okay. A mixer. I mean, it could be in a gem cutter, but I doubt it. Won't be in the oven. It won't be in a hero station. So I'd say more likely it's in the crafting bench. But I'll just place the crafting bench in here for now. Just whilst we're developing the area. And... Okay, it doesn't look like the copper bar's in here. So is it in a gem cutter then? Let's place down a gem cutter then and we will see if you can make it in there. No, that's just cut amber, okay. So that's made all of that. So unless it is at the lumber mill, but I wouldn't have thought it would be. I'm just filling this little hut up now with different equipment. Yeah, it's not in there, so... how do we make copper bars then? Or copper rods? Okay, so I've just found the metal smelter and it's probably in there, which is gonna use 35, was it granite slabs? Granite slabs. Okay, so what I'll do is, assuming we can still access the stone breaker by some miracle, and we'll just go and make 35 of these. So we can make 35 of those. And while we do that, let's make some furnishings for the downstairs. And in true style, to be fair, this house is nicer than my house. My house is not this nice. Let's just put another standing lamp in here. And we can put a standing lamp in there. Okay. So we have... Oh, we have a gaming station. That's cool. Right, let's go seating. What have we got in seating? Okay, so we're probably going to need fabric as well for these. Yeah, okay. So I can make a mod. I could put a closet in the bedroom, but aside from that, there's not much furniture we can do in the downstairs without wool fabric. But I think I need to do a building for my workstations before I start putting too many more down. Okay, so we'll just put some of these in to make a kind of little work kitchen area. Hold on. So we have, so we can stick some glassware in here. Why not? And then just gonna have a look at what we have. Oh, we could put a... No, that's not what I wanted to choose. We could put a cutting board in here. Oops. Not there, though. That's not a clever place to put it. There we go. And then... I'm not... Oops. No. Okay, so I think that's probably all the decoration we could do at the minute. There we go. So let's go and see if we have all the slabs ready. And we can take all of that. Which now means we will be able to make the stone break... not the stone breaker, the... whatever it was called, metal smelter. However, I'm gonna make a building for my workstations first, but let's upgrade the village once more. There we go. And I could technically go to the next level, but I don't have the resource for it. But we now have the jumbo lodge, the toilet paper stand, the cozy towel rack. And that's what it's going to show me. Okay. So we've now leveled up the village today. That's Meowscrawl's house done, which means that we can remove one of these beds if we wish. I'm off today. Kids will be home shortly, and we are going to my dad's to take his birthday presents. Okay, not a problem, Lakia Gaming. My next stream is tomorrow around 2:30, so you can feel free to join that one if you're available. And that is for the Dreamlight Valley update stream. So what we're going to do now is I might go down this side, take down this tree and put a large building in here for our kind of build for our work stuff. I don't think I'm going to use any of these. I should be able to drop here. We'll probably be at the office tomorrow. Okay, that's not a problem. Thank you for joining us today. I might make a detached garage, actually. However, it's got quite a large thing for it. Right, okay, we'll do this. And then I'll put some stairs or something on there. So let's place the wooden floors in. So this time obviously we're doing this based on a blueprint. Just because the blueprint actually works quite well. So let's do that. I like this one because it's got garage doors, which I kind of think works quite well for the style of build and for what the build's actually going to be used for. So let's do that. And we can place a simple door in there. And the corner piece there. And once again, I want a window there. That can go there and there. Oh, and there actually. Put the window in here. And we can place that in there. Okay, so. Once a half wall in there. A gable in there. Gable in there. And we could go with some roof pieces on our detached garage. There will. And let's see, there will. And all we're mainly doing is just now doing the roof. There we go. And we've just got 2 more gables to place. And that is almost the build complete. Okay, detached garage build completed. So, we now have this detached garage. Now, even though there is an issue with this building, it's not too much of an issue. Because what I'm actually going to do is actually edit this building slightly. So we're going to go down to the foundations, into the granite foundations. And I'd like to see if... No, so that's going to be too big. So that's that one. So we'll go with this one. Hopefully we can... Oh, I'm in the way. Okay. Can we... No, well, let's... Can't do that. Okay. So if we do that, is that perfectly... It's not quite actually perfect, okay. So let's do that. And if we... So I think actually it might be best to do it from here. Just because then I can see a little bit better as to where everything is. There we go. So if we do that, and then we can place some more foundations along here. Oh, there we go. That's what to do. So just to make it safe, we're going to do a little work area out here. And I want to see, because we have an 8x8x8, and is that going to work or no? Okay, so I think we'll just have to put the foundations in one at a time like that. Okay, there we go. And then I kind of think to put some fences in would be quite nice. So if we just place these along here. Oops. And then there we go. Right. So I think that's quite nice like that. And literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that just to end off the railing there. Now this gives us a nice space for getting in and out of the building. What I'm also going to do though is remove these. And if we go to the walls, because I know what walls it's used, because obviously I did do the building work for it. So I want to get the door, because I want to move the door to this side. So it uses just the brick door. So let's place the brick door in there, and then we'll just place the final brick wall in here. If I can, there we go. So we've at least put the wall in a sensible place. And then if I remove that, can I just stick a window in there? We should be able to, I think. No, I've just messed up. Give me a second. There we go. Right, brick window. So, I just want to place it in there. There we go. So, our door's at a sensible place. But I think we're mainly going to use the garage doors because it's a nice, fun idea. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here. And I'm hoping we get everything back from when we destroy these. And we'll just replace them in the new building. We've just leveled up again. So we're now level 51. Okay, so let's go down here and into our detached garage. What I might do eventually is extend this and make it less of a, make it actually a garage with a building on the other side. So maybe have me live in a building of our own design next to it. But I'm just wanting to place down as much of what was in the old building that we've just taken these from. We'll do that. We'll do like the building. We'll do that there. We did have a gem cutter, but I didn't need a gem cutter. So let's place down the lumber mill. And then I'm 5 short on the metal smelter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll make the last few granite slabs that we need. So we can place down the metal smelter. That's going to use 10. And that's... I could do a gem cutter. So we can put that in there. And that will at least now allow us to make a metal smelter. And then I believe it said I need 10 of these for that. And I can make some copper bars. We'll just... no, hang on. I don't want to do that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll make some copper bars and then I'm going to cancel it because I just put too many in. So we can cancel job. Did I get the copper bars? Yeah, I did get copper bars. Good. So that's the plan there. And then I can make, I believe it was a rune forge that wanted these. Oh, my character's in the way. Okay, let's move out the way slightly. Oh, yeah, there we go. 4 item recipes, damage 1. Okay. Ah, so that's what a rune forge is for. Okay. Okay, so we could do that. So we could put extra durability. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And then the last thing we had was the ninja workbench, but I'm not going to put that in here. I'm going to do that in a separate building. And then what do we need for the spinning wheel? Just some more planks, which will be done at the lumber mill, which is this one. Right, no, let's just... Nope, we don't want to use that. I just want to do normal planks, but I don't want to use that many. So I only need like 2 or 3 planks. So we will literally make 2 planks, I think. There you go. And then we oh, I need 1 more plank. Okay, never mind. We'll just use a bamboo for this one, just so we can be quick with it. And we can make a spinning wheel. Which we can put in there. Okay, so this is how we make wool thread. And what was it we needed for the furnishings? It was wool fabric. So I'm just going to see. Oh, it's in the loom. Okay, so we won't do that today. We won't be able to get those. But we have now got somewhere for our workstation, which is just in here. As I say, I might extend this and actually live in here. Kind of live next to it, which I think would be quite cool. So what we can do now then, so yeah, you don't unlock the loom till you've got the wool thing. So we need 30 marble slabs for that and 15 copper bars. Let me see if I have enough marble to make, what is it, 30 marble slabs? Yeah, we can make 30. Right, so we'll make the 30 marble slabs and then we need 15 copper bars in the metal smelter. Nope. because I only want to put 15 in here. And then we will just place in some normal wood. And we'll just deposit all of it because it can only make 15. So it's fine. And then we should be able to level up our village once again. And what I am going to do is while that does that, I am destroying this building. There we go. Oh, I destroyed the floor as well. Okay. Let's take as much of this out as we can. It has got dark, so I do apologise if you are struggling to see the screen a little bit. Just hoping that I will manage to get rid of this building, because I don't want the kind of shack stuff, because I kind of think it doesn't look very nice anyway. There's a... Oh, was that gone? I don't know what's going on with that. Foundation. So let's destroy these. I wasn't expecting it to just kind of fall. I was kind of expecting it to just break, but... It's quite funny that the building just kind of collapses rather than just destroys itself. The building just collapses. I think it's uniquely quite funny. Okay, so... Let's get rid of this building. Or what remains of the building, I should say. There we go. And then can we... Oh. Why can I not destroy this? No, don't lodge yourself onto another building. Come on, I want to destroy it. I might just see if I could toss this in the water and pretend it's not there for a bit. Right, okay. Okay, that'll do. So we've kind of got rid of the foundation that wouldn't let us destroy it. So let's go into our garage in a second. And we can hopefully get the resources that we are crafting. So let's take the output from that. And then just go back to select recipe. And we can take the resources from that. And we should now be able to upgrade the village. And we can actually upgrade it once more. We just need 20 copper bars. So why not go and do that? We'll just deposit the 20 that we need. And we can just deposit the 20 wood that we need. And we can make the 20 copper bars. Okay, so that's all we need for that. So we obviously have 2 more houses to make for our villagers. And we said today that we wanted to organise this. So let me have a look. So this is Tricky Treater's bed. And I believe, oh yeah, someone's nicked my bed because I got stuck in my roof when I respawned. So as much as this is my house, it can't be my bed, I don't think. Oh, have I only got 2 people living here? Oh. I can get rid of beds then. So what we'll do is we'll remove that bed. I'll leave that bed because I need it there. And we just need to make a home for the Tricky Treater. So, where should he live? Because I want to remove this boat because I think it's a bit close to the village square. And if I'm going to extend this building, I don't want to pull it there. So we may as well have the Tricky Treater living right here. So let's go, we'll go into here and see if there's any that we want to give him. Because I don't want to give him a shack. We do now have a roomy home. Which, how big is that? Quite roomy. I don't think he needs a home that big. I don't want to give him a detached garage. How big's the bungalow? Quite. The bungalow is quite big as well. Okay. Okay, what I might do then is, for simplicity reasons, I'm making sure that everything will actually work. I might build a roomy shack for him and then knock it down and change everything from there, because that I think would work. Or we can just build a building from scratch. And has that I think the foundation has finally kind of, see, they removed itself, or it's just floating down. I think it's just floating down. Is that the foundation that we just knocked over? Or is that just a rock? So that is our foundation that is still... Oh, hang on. Because it will let you hit it, I think. It's just about actually managing to do it. Because it is damaged, so I think it just needs... Because I don't see why we can't break it down again, but... Would be nice if it would let me... Okay, if we try and get it back on land and out of the water, that would be useful, because we might actually be able to hit it. So the issue is currently is it's just bobbing around a lot. I don't think we're going to get this out of the water. I think I might have made a bit of a mistake putting it in the water. Oh. Okay, it looks like it's disappeared now. So we've got our foundation has now disappeared. So we'll go back to our house and we can see if we can make a nice home for the Tricky Treater. So what we will do is... Oh, I'll break this down because I think I am beginning to run lower on wood because we've used a lot of resource today. So where's our house? Just down here. Okay. So We may actually have enough decoration now to level our village up to level 10, I'm thinking. Because we're like, are we level 7 or 8 now? We'll have a look. We'll have a look when we finally enter here. It should tell us. So our village currently is level 8. Going level 9. So all our copper bars done. Oh. So Meows, of course, can open all the doors. That's fun. And we need to give it another 20 wood. I don't think I gave it enough wood. Yeah, because he uses 2 at a time. Okay. Right. Can we keep this door closed, please? Thank you. So let's give him, as we say, a roomy shack. Or we could give him a double shack. No, we'll give him a roomy shack. Why not? And if we just place this, let's place it there. Why not? So we can start the build. And all we need to do is place the floors in. Because I'm happy to keep the floors as they are. But obviously, in order to get rid of the blueprint, we're going to have to build it and then destroy the walls. But that's not a problem. We can do what we want with it when we've actually done the build. So let's see. So, oh, we need one of those there. And then one there. And then if we put a shack gable in there, and then shack gable. Oh, it's somewhere. It's there. I was trying to find where it was. Right, so we've put that there. And then can put the shack roof in with the last 2 gables. There we go. And then I might struggle to place this on unless I can get on top of the roof. Though my game is beginning to lag a bit, so. Am I having issues on the stream? No. So my stream says it's okay, so we should be okay. And then I just need to figure out where this goes. Okay, I think my game has stabilized now, so my game did just glitch a little bit there, but it seems to all be okay now. Meows, cool. Can you stop opening my garage door? This is my home, or will be my home eventually. Okay, so let's upgrade the village again. And we've not quite got enough for level 10. Okay. It's going to need 25 copper bars. We're going to need 25 copper bars and 15 cut amber. And we've now unlocked the Lonely Lodge build recipe. The panel bed. And some more, but it's not showing us them. But there we go. So we have done quite a bit there. So I said I didn't want this house to be like this. So what we're going to do, we might leave the kind of corner pieces. But I need to be careful not to let the ceiling or the roof drop while I build this house. So what doors do we have? I mean, we have an open cabin door, but I don't think I want to use that. brick door mantle. Or do we go with that? Okay. I might give him... You know, actually, shall we give him the lodge house? Or the log house, as it's called. So if we can do that. And because it's a lodge, I think it'd be nice to put a bunch of windows in. Hang on, we can put... Why is it doing that? Right, come on. Right, okay. So I don't want to fill it all with windows. So let's... Hang on, it's not a rustic... I don't want a rustic door. Why is my game messing up again? Right, okay, so I want the... it's the log wall is what I want. And then, do we have a small enough wall to fit in there? Yeah, there we go. So we have that. Can we place that there? So there we go. We have some walls for this. So let's take out the rest of the walls. And we'll put the door in afterwards. Because I want to make sure we obviously keep the house structurally sound, as it were. Why can that not seem to go in? Right, let me see, because that should go in there, I think. But we'll try a smaller wall. Not that wall, come on. Come on, game, stop glitching out. Okay, so it will let us place these in. It might have been that that wall was slightly too long. Right, let me just... Oh, come on. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly return to lobby and reload, just because I seem to be glitching out a little bit. So I'm just going to return to lobby and hopefully we'll be okay. And hopefully it will return to normal. So that we can finish doing what we were doing. While we're in here, let's go to the passers. And we can claim all on here. So, let's go down to here. We've done the OG pass. I've not done the Lego pass. I still need to level up a few more times for the Lego pass. And the music pass, though I'm not all that bothered about, we've got it anyway, so we may as well do that. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's go back into Console Corey's world on Lego Fortnite. And see if it's going to work. So, hopefully this time it will work and hopefully we will be all good. And then hopefully we can finish doing the Tricky Treaters Wooden Lodge. Okay, so if we remove this, go to the walls, and we'll get the wooden lodge door, if I can find it. If we go with log door 1, how much space do we have? Hang on. So, I need to make sure it doesn't go beyond the area. And then what's the smallest? Do we do a small log window that I can maybe stick in here? Oh. There we go. Oh. That's not funny. Can I put the log window the other way, please? Yeah, there we go. So, it just says there's another object in the way. Right. It might be that the wall... Because this build wasn't designed to be done like this. That might be why we're struggling. So what we'll do is see if we can get a small wall for the log cabin set. So just like a small log wall to just go in there, and then we can hopefully actually, right, you know what, I'm gonna put a log wall in. No, I'm not. Oh, what the hell? Why have I got something allegedly in the way? Okay, let me remove that for a second. Because what I might do is using the umber walls that I used on the other building. Right. I might go and put that like that. And then see if that will allow us to hopefully. Okay, so we've at least kind of redecorated a fair amount. We just need to change the pillars to the umber wall. So we'll go and do that bit by bit. Building at night time now. Tiago. I don't want Tiago here. If you do wonder, by the way, why I haven't gone and got many villagers, it's purely because I'm being selective on who I want. I want kind of more recognisable faces. So I'm kind of thinking I want Cuddle Team Leader. Oh no. Oh no. I've just destroyed the house. I think Tiago destroyed the house, I think. But he's not kind of taken the whole thing out. He's just removed a foundation. So hopefully we can get a new one to fit. Please don't make me have to build a new building. Why has it done that? I don't get why that came off anyway. But just like before, we're gonna just take that out. We'll take it out and have it slowly destroy itself. And I will deal with that at some point in the future. But for now, let's at least try and make this house work. this house which no longer has half its foundation. Right, let me... I'm going to temporarily ignore the fact of what happened. We're going to get the house looking nice, and then I'll figure out how to sort this. Because, to be honest, I don't know what size foundation it needs. Right, what's the biggest... Because if we... So it looks like it is the 16 by 16. So what I want to do is I want to see... Oh, I can put that in there. There we go. We've fixed the house. Yeah, we've fixed the house. That's good. So I want to... If I remove a gable... Which I need to go up here, don't I? So if I just remove the gable, that won't remove the roof, will it? No. Good. So... Because I kind of want... I'm going to have to go with like the rustic one, I think. Yeah. But that's a different height. Do we have a longer rustic one? No. Okay, we might have to leave that like that for a second. Well, you know what, actually, no. No, we could take out the whole roof, I'm sure. If we take out the whole roof, and we could just design it ourselves. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, yeah, the worst thing that could happen is we could end up with a roof like that. But, yeah. It'll be fine. Let's have faith in our ability to make something work. Though I can't see where that's going. Right, so let's... Right, if I do that, I can at least see kind of where it is, but I can't see... Because I think if we put that there, and then we could put that there, that works, kind of. I mean, it'll look okay. Oops, come on. Don't mess this up. And then what we can do is that's not going to have room for a ridge. Okay. I don't suppose, is there one like in the corner pieces? There is a rustic hip and a rustic valley. So would they... Because what I'm kind of thinking, if I go get the ridges, or the gable side, if I was to put one of those in, could we make it work? I don't think we can. So what I might do is do it properly. Yeah. If we build it properly, and then we can figure out the other part of the roof. Is that right? I think so. So let me go back up to the roof bits. So we can pop that in like that. Hang on. Is that right? Or have I just put the wrong one in? I have put the wrong roof size in there. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one I wanted. Because then the gable will go in place perfectly. There we go. So we have the roof. So I think I might just do a flat roof on here. Let me go to the wide one. Why not? Oops. Not that one though. I want the rustic roof. Or the rustic floor. And then if we do that, and then we could go to the small ones again. Just to tidy it up a little bit. I mean, actually, I might just need a medium one, actually. Maybe a bit bigger than that. And then this is where we need kind of these small little pieces. That is too small. Okay. That's too big, sorry. Let's go into here. And let me see if I can get this to snap in place or not. The issue is when they're like when you're building on a hill as well, this is not easy. Okay. I mean, it definitely doesn't look perfect. I am also going to remove this one because it's hanging, so if we go back in the floors and then I might just... There we go. Perfect. So you could get in quite easily. There's a slight issue there. Do we reckon we can do anything to fix this? Like, can we... Maybe... Is that going to be too low? Yeah, that's way too low. But the idea would be there that we could maybe put in a flooring underneath there. So if we do that and then it at least gives us something to work from. Even though I'm well aware that's the wrong floor. Let's see if we can then place kind of the shack floor in like that. And it's just here, it just won't go in, but that's kind of because of those. But at least makes it a bit nicer, makes it look a bit better. So then all I want to do is place in a nice, we'll go with a panel bed. So if we give him a bed there, and let's actually set it to his bed first. So let's give Tricky Treater a bed there. And then let's go in here. And we can destroy this. Oops. That's not going to help, is it? Oops. I now struggle to actually take this roof down. So, right, let's go up here. Because I need to remove these ridges. Because it is best to take these houses down top first. Since the whole building will collapse, you don't want to end up with too many foundations that just don't... or too many things that don't destroy properly. Like that is now stuck. To be honest, it's stuck. But hopefully we won't have that issue again. There we go. So we've taken out most of the walls for this old building now. Now this does take us away from the level 10 that we did momentarily get to having. Let me just destroy that because I need to make sure that we don't leave anything left. Okay, there we go. So we have cleaned up our main village area. The tricky treater has a bed in here. If I can get him a surface, like a table or something. Let's give him a modern nightstand. Just to give him a little lamp. Little modest lamp that can hopefully go on his table. There we go. He has quite a nice home now. Which just leaves me to put an extra section on here if I can. But, do I do that now? Probably not. I'll probably leave things as they are. Could Meowsicles stop opening this garage door? Every time I come over here, the garage door's open. But there we go. We have tidied this up. We've leveled up our village twice. We have done so much today. We've got Meowsicles got a nice little house. Oh, actually, while I remember the fact that I wanted to do this, I can give Meowsicles a sink, I think. And I could give her a toilet. There we go. So she has now got a proper bathroom, which is quite nice. Oops, I don't want to do that. Right. So there we go. Let me close the door. But there we go. So Meowsicles has got this house. This is the... Is it the Tricky Treater? This is the Tricky Treater's house. And we have the garage made for all of our workstations. So what we'll do is in the next live stream, we will be heading back over to the Ninjago area to continue the quests with Zane. But yeah, that's the plan. I actually just want to destroy this house. I'm getting distracted. Because that house was massive. That tree was massively in the way. Because it would go through the house. And I've just noticed, like, this isn't very precise. The foundations that I put next to this aren't very good. Slightly sticks out. Ever so slightly. but it's not too bad. But yeah, so that is the plan. So obviously the next stream we'll go back over to the Ninjago area, but we now have a nice cleaned up base. And I'll probably at some point do a video of me building a house next to my garage. But for now, thank you very much for watching this stream today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.